Hello twin flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Welcome to my channel, whether you're new or you're coming back. Greetings all, and today is going to be a little bit different kind of a reading from the usual spread and the questions we asked. I do have 3 sets of tarot cards with me, and I do have one of my oracle decks. Today is going to be the angel therapy deck. So we'll get a card of guidance for each of the twins at the end. But to begin with, and I feel like it's going to be powerful because of the energies that's building up actually towards the new moon that's coming up in a couple of days, and then of course towards solstice that's going to be the peak event a week from now. So yeah, let's see what's going on. And then with the tarot cards, I'm going to be asking questions, first of all, about the energetic field of each of the twin collectives, what's going on, what's relevant, what is it that we're supposed to know and to keep in mind. Then I will ask what kind of action is each of the twin collectives taking towards this connection. And then last but not least, I'll use the After Tarot deck to see what's coming up for each of the twin. What's the next milestone? What's the next big event, to kind of see a little bit more into the future. All right, and of course it will be useful to see it for yourself, as well as for the cross watcher as a cross watcher for your twin. Another way to look at it is, of course, to see both of the sides of the reading as parts of the divine masculine, divine feminine in your own right? So for example, if I'm a divine feminine, I will be watching the divine feminine energy, obviously, for more conscious and, in my case, dominating energy. But then also I will be, whatever information I'll be getting for divine masculine would be reflecting what's going on with my masculine side, right? And how can I connect with it or help integrate more of my masculine energy into my overall persona and what I'm doing on this journey in this lifetime. Okay, so let's get started, and I will be using the Sophia Charles deck for the energy reading. So let's see what's going on right now with the divine feminine collective. Energetically, what's going on? What are we supposed to know? We have the Page of Cups. Please clarify. The Lovers. Yes. So I started talking about this energy, I think, in yesterday's reading. So we are actually in the Lover season, so to speak, because this is Gemini, and we are in Gemini season right now, and we'll stay for another few days, which again makes sense because that's the part of the reading that I'm interested in. That's the part of the timeline that I'm interested in. That's what we're talking about, really. It's a daily energy check, but I'm putting in intention to see this kind of energetic dynamic between now and the solstice, which is going to happen on the 22nd of June. Yes, what I see, you see in this deck, I'm immediately going to get a couple of messages. The page figure is kind of turning away from the cup, which is interesting. So there is, and then here it's like it's like these kids, they are kind of setting the scene for the lovers, right? They are almost like whatever we pick up in that age, right, from the society. It kind of feeds, programs us in many ways in how we choose love, what love means to us, into our love languages, etc., as adults, and then as building relationships, right? So what I see is almost like divine feminine is turning away a little bit from the traditional understanding of love and love language, expression of love, because page is usually about that message, right? Message of love, of sharing the emotions in this case, right? So And it's done for a good reason. And I'm getting that the feminine is trying to understand her own drivers for one or another feeling or emotion, whether it's positive or negative, right? To kind of do a little bit of that scientific exploration, why it works the way it works, even with things that seem pretty automatic and pretty much not dependent on you, right? We have a lot of these concepts in psychology that are just presented to us, so like we're supposed just to know but not necessarily do anything with it, right? So this is like looking into it, like I was saying, like you know, like love languages, for example. If my main love language is act of service, right? Like what does it mean, or where does it come from? Because a lot of times it means that there were certain events in the childhood that created that gap or that void in a certain area that was not fulfilled, and that's how inner child then manifests that need, that then translates into how we'll look for love, and then of course how we give love to others, because subconsciously we also feel that that's what other people need. Okay, let's see what's going on with the masculines. Ooh, that was fast. Knight of Wands, please clarify. Oh no. Okay, I'm not gonna pick up all the cards that fell on the floor just for the sake of time, but I do have which one is it? 10 of Pentacles, actually. It's pretty cool. This is Virgo energy. So I have 10 of Pentacles here as clarification. So Knight of Wands moving kind of away from 10 of Pentacles in this case. Also in this deck, it's interesting that in this card, first of all, this person the Knight has a mask, and it's a black mask, but the front part of the horse is white. So it's almost like there is that, there's still that view from the ego side, ego perspective of where I want to go, like this bravado of like, yes, this ambition, but a little bit self-centered, a little bit blindsided, that the masculines have. Like, yeah, that's what I want to do, that's where I want to go. But it's also with that white kind of like coming in, I almost see like this angelic side of it, right? Especially with the wings on the horse, right? Like there's still already, there's already the connection to the divine guidance and what is to the highest good, right? To the point where divine masculine is actually going away from the 10 of Pentacle image that they've had for a while, right? And that's where we see different currencies here, right? It's like they've seen their success as the 10 of Pentacles for such a long time, like just that picture overall, that now they're like, I wonder if, well, and they're in the like this transitional period where they already understand that at the very least it's not enough, and they're even thinking like being this extra brave and inspirational energy, hence the Knight of Wands, and they're even considering maybe that's not even the point of happiness at all, maybe that's not even necessary for that success and happiness. Actually, this is a little bit more about success and happiness because we are talking Pentacles here, but and this is about more of the material realm anyways, right? But they are now almost like rebuilding that image for themselves. What does that success look like to them? Not in the face of the society that they live in or even specific friends and family, but themselves in their own right. Okay, the next question I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna use the Deluxe Tarot here, is what action is each of the twins taking towards the connection? It's a very important part of it. Not just generally taking action, but taking action towards the connection. Whether it's conscious or unconscious, but let's see, how are we moving closer to union at this point? I will have to pick up the first card. It's the Hangman in reverse. hanging man in this deck. Whoa. And Justice in reverse. Look at this major arcanas, and this is actually 11 and 12, and they were not close to each other. Like, they didn't fall together. It's not like I didn't shuffle or anything, right? But there's still a progression here with 11 and 12. The thing is that divine feminine, and this is a divine feminine action towards the connection, towards union. Feminine understands that there is a little bit of lack of vision and balance right now, right? And that's what is needed here. So they are working towards getting certain karmic situations resolved. Could be, of course, some legal matters, could be financial matters, could be moving house, could be anything that sets up the scene where there is comfort and like there is no need to be taking action and to feel the rush to take action, right? Because right now it's a little appended here, and I almost feel like, especially with major arcanas here, that the feminines are being pushed towards taking that confident action to resolve those matters and to bringing more balance. And well, yeah, especially with this card, look at that. This is hanging man in reverse, but still you can already see like the flexibility and the balance that he's taken, right? So it's important to find that for yourself, so that you don't have to be in a survival mode, but more in charge, in like the pilot seat I'm getting, where you really decide for yourself when you want to take that action and what it is. What's the action that divine masculines are taking at this time towards the connection? So for feminines, it's still more of their own right, because, and that action is actually moving them closer, because obviously then they raise the vibration. There is no anxiety around karmic situations and scenarios. And second of all, once they find that next level balance, they can see more ways of how union is possible or what is still needed there. So this is still more about individual paths and work on themselves. The kind of action that DM's taken. Three of Swords. Please clarify. What action and DM's taken towards the connection. Okay. And we got Queen of Cups. Yeah, so they're definitely missing that Queen of Cups. And I'm getting this deck, especially with this, they almost feel like a child that's missing their mom, but like in the best possible way, not in a creepy way. But you know, and that is actually pushing them towards, and you see this kind of like the heart here. And I also, because there are different colors here, I see that transformational energy in the heart chakra, right? It's a certain cleansing process. The Queen of Cups, because the Queen is so pure and has that level of mastery of matters of love, of heart, and of having that compassion, that kindness, that empathy, that divine masculine is actually leaning towards that energy and gets inspired towards clearing more of their own heart center, heart chakra, in order to do the part, like to be at a similar level, right? To have that matching energy in the physical. We're talking about taking action, so this is already 3D space. Because right now you see, like, if they feel like they're a child compared to the Queen, a woman, you know, it's still not balanced, right? It's still not relevant. Emotion-wise, first of all, we're talking more about emotions here. Feelings and emotions and, you know, what we, the understanding and the guidance that we get on the heart chakra. So more of realignment is being done here. And then last but not least, the after tarot to see what's coming up for the connection for each of the twins in the connection. What's coming up for divine feminine, first of all, in this connection? What's the next milestone? Six of Cups in reverse. Please clarify. Okay. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is understanding that you don't necessarily need to be with your twin flame or to spend a lot of time together in order to feel like you're in a connection, like you're being nurtured, that you're being supported, right? So there will be some sort of event where you will see very clearly that your twin is with you, that they support you, that their energy is present, that almost like they embrace you, they hold you, they hug you, you know, like you will feel that even if they're not present in the physical. For a few of you, they will be participating in the physical in some important event, while you know for sure that they are with you, they are in it for the long run, and they want to be there for you. For others, it will be more of an energetic embrace, but some sort of a sign will tell you immediately that they're there, that they care. Okay, well, what is coming up for divine masculines in the connection? What's the next milestone? Oh, Two of Cups here. I love Two of Cups in this deck, where they're hugging. And it makes sense because I was just talking about it. So that the twins are going to be, that the masculine is going to be supporting feminine. So it makes sense because it's the same energy, the same persona we were just talking about, that we see the same thing showing up in their deck. And then we have King of Pentacles in reverse. And this actually shows me that, and remember we're just talking about that vision of success and moving away from Ten of Pentacles towards new picture, right? It didn't even give us the new picture yet, but like reinventing what that success is like, right? And this is the actual manifestation of this emotional connection and closeness with the feminine, rather than focusing on, look at the King of Pentacles, rather than focusing on specific riches and being like busy and important. Like this, to me, this king doesn't look very happy. They look like, yeah, they have the status, they have the titles, they have the money, but they don't look very happy. They look more like tired, or feeling that they have unnecessary obligations in life. That's interesting with that bull, and them like having to take care of, you know, to give out the money, to take care of the bull and everything else around them. It's almost like they feel like that energy feels like they're tied down to what they've built, what they already have, because there's a process around it that they cannot leave anymore, right? So this is stepping out of it towards a more of a connectional bonding, where there is no bond, like there is no obstacle to getting here, right? Because here it's almost like I can't get to you, divine feminine, because I'm just too busy with all the stuff going on here. And it's like a roller coaster, or I feel like I'm on a treadmill, always like having to run, because if I stop, I'll just fall down. You know, like, and this is freeing themselves from that pattern, from that belief that that's like they'll have to stay at the same place and do all the necessary things to support their environment and whatever it is that they have, right? Either already do that, or like maybe they were thinking in the future that's what was gonna happen. Right now there is space and capacity to build this loving connection, to build something bigger and better in terms of emotional fulfillment, and in terms of because the Two of Cups is also the soulmate connection, right? And like it can be, even for the twins, it can be that connection on the soul level that helps build new paradigms, build new templates, And I'm getting that that's actually going to be, for a lot of DMs, it's going to be that new understanding of success and status, right? That they've built some better vision for themselves, what happiness is about, what success is about, and it will be relevant for generations to come. Like, that's the legacy that they will be building with their feminine. Okay, last but not least, let's get a card for each of the twins from the Angel Therapy deck. We'll get a card for Divine Feminine first of all. You have mediumship. You have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. So think about the specific family member, figure that you may know, or just generally, can be a general ancestor image that you may want to turn to for some guidance, some information, some advice. You know, you can go to Mother Gaia or to like some celestial body, right? Like some goddesses and gods, whoever speaks to you, whichever figure and position it may be, they may have some important message for you right now. All right. What do we have for the masculines? Books. Your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. So think for yourself how this can benefit your situation right now. And it can be anything from like writing what's going on with you in your journal, up to editing or analyzing at least certain books or articles that are in your vicinity about the topics that interest you, right? Maybe there is a topic that you're interested in and you're actually being asked to look up more information on it, right? And it can actually, of course, go up to like writing your own book. If you already have some ideas, start jotting them down, because, you know, a lot of times they come and they go. I know one person who's a twin, and she has this strong belief that the divine is bringing you some creative ideas, i.e. for your book, and you're supposed to capture them and use them pretty much in a prompt way, in a kind of timely manner. Because if you don't, if you ignore or delay, then that thought or those ideas will be brought to somebody else entirely. And that person, there's a good chance that that person will act on it in a timely manner. And then you may see, you know, some of the like groundbreaking concepts that you had this epiphany about, right? And you may already be, by the time you are ready to work on the book, you will see that book being written and sold by somebody else with those concepts. So yeah, a lot of this kind of knowledge and innovation messages are like hotcakes, you know, like they have to be eaten while they're fresh, while they're hot. Otherwise, either they become irrelevant or they become common knowledge, and then it's not that much of innovation anymore, which is what we want at the end of the day. But this is how you use it for part of that education or collaboration with the collective on the ideas that are near and dear to you. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I think I'll do the next reading on the new moon in Gemini, and how that event is what is gonna inform to the twins. I'll definitely continue talking about the Lovers energy, because that's the Gemini energy, really. And yeah, we'll talk more about this lunation event and what it means for the twin flame journey. I love you all. Don't forget to like the video, to subscribe and share, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon.